All right, let's look at this section here on word problems. These are context-based word problems where you have to come up with which type. Is it linear, exponential, or quadratic? So on October 1st, your parents asked you to clean your room, so you threw all your dirty clothes under your bed. You were so happy how your new cleaning program worked that you continued to throw 5 more items of dirty clothes under the bed each day thereafter. So since we're doing 5 more each day, can you imagine that that one would be linear? And so you would say something like linear because we are adding 5 each day. And then for the explicit function, you'd say that you started with 12 pieces of clothes. You're adding 5 each day after the first day. So where does this little 1 come from right here? This 1 comes from on October 1st. Recursive function, f of 1 equal 12. F of x equals f of x minus 1 plus 5. Now it says someone finally calls the police to report the suspicious smell coming from your house when you have 92 items of clothes under your bed. On what day of the month will this occur? Now we could do a table and just keep adding 5, adding 5, adding 5, adding 5 until we get to 92, but that would take a really long time. So instead we can use the function, the explicit function that you already built, and work backwards. So we want to know when 92 happens as an output. And so if I distribute the 5x, 5 minus 5, and then this 12 minus 5 is actually going to give me 7. And then we're going to subtract the 7 from both sides. Do you see how that would give us 85? Divide both sides by 5. And that would give us 17. So that means on October 17th is when you would have 92 items of clothes under the bed on the 17th day of the month. Okay. Looking at this next one. To combat the smell coming from your room, your little sister opened up 2 Barbie super sparkly glitterific air fresheners on October 3rd. She then had to triple the number of fresheners she opened each day thereafter. If we're tripling, is this linear, exponential, or neither? You got it. That makes it exponential. Multiplying by 3 each time. The explicit. Now, when it says that on October 3rd, she opened up 2, what they're giving you here is the f of 3 equals 2. So for the explicit, we're going to say that you had 2 air fresheners, and then you're tripling that to the power of x minus 3 because it's October 3rd. So this is saying basically it's a time 3 function. Did you catch that? Let me write this explicit a little bit better. So she began with 2 air fresheners, multiplying by 3 to the power of x minus 3 because of October 3rd. All right, the recursive goes f of 3 equals 2, f of x equals f of x minus 1 times 3 for the tripling. Then when they said how many air fresheners did she open on October 11th, they're asking you for f of 11. So we go plug 11 in to the explicit, so it becomes 2 times 3 to the power of 11 minus 3, or 2 times 3 to the power of 8. So we're going to go grab our Desmos calculator and put in 2 times 3 to the power of 8. So 3 to the power of 8, that's a huge number. That's already 6561. So if you thought you were getting too big of a number, you probably weren't. And then that's going to be times 2. Now, if you wanted to type this in exactly as the function was written, 2 times 3 to the power of 8, see how it still gives you the same number? You can put it in either way because multiplication is commutative. So 13,122. Air fresheners, that's a lot of air fresheners that she's opening. Now for both these word problems, as practice for the test, they're going to want you to write a sentence for your answers. So over here, you would say on October 11th, she opened 13,122 air fresheners. And then for this original one, it said, on what day of the month will you have 92 items of clothes? You would say on October 17th, there were 92 items under the bed. So these two sentences are what you show answer the context-based questions. How'd you do?